Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Oil, Water, Whisper. Now, a few things before we focus on today's puzzle. So just to say thank you guys for the supportive comments about some of the missing puzzles that you may have spotted over the last week or so. You know, last Saturday, last Wednesday, we've even lost track. And you know, the way I'm sort of thinking about it is if things get busy, what I'll probably end up doing is winding down to like one puzzle a week. Sorry, one puzzle a weekend day. So rather than trying to put out 4 puzzles on the weekend, maybe one would be sufficient per day, so just the 2. But clearly, based on the reaction, having one on weekdays is clearly quite important. So I'll make sure that I prioritize those. And maybe I'll do just a tiny bit of pre-recording. You know, there's still tons of fantastic puzzles out there that just haven't got enough traction. So what I'll do is I'll just have a few in the backlog ready to be posted whenever I'm just kind of swamped and I have to sort of take some time for me and the missus and, you know, the family. Anyhow, today's puzzle. First off, word of warning. This is a 3-star difficulty rated puzzle. But you guys have voted in the past, 70%, nearly 80% of you, said that if we start a series, we should finish the series despite the difficulty of that particular puzzle. Sorry, one second. So if you haven't played this series, Oil and Water, they're a fantastic series from Blobz. So I'm going to make sure that I link a playlist up here right now. And that what I should recommend is go and check out that playlist, find one that's a bit more approachable, judged by the video length. That will probably give you a good indication. There's a few there that are sort of, you know, just upwards of 20 minutes. Give those a go, be familiar with the variant, then come back and try this one. Regardless, they're a fantastic series, so I'm really looking forward to this particular puzzle. One last thing before we crack on. You know, my idea of Oil, Water and Whisper is you've got Sleuth there in like some kind of, I don't know, magic potion shop. And you've got some water-based ones, some oil-based ones, and for some reason or another, it's as if they react to sound, so, you know, whisper around them just in case you get an adverse reaction. Let's take a look at today's puzzle with Oil, Water, Whisper from Blobz, and the following set of rules. First one, normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. Nothing unusual about this particular one. Then we have German whispers. Adjacent digits along a green line must differ by at least 5. So if this cell here is a 2, the adjacent cells on the line would have to be 7, 8, or 9 to be indeed 5 or more away. If you imagine that this cell is actually a 3, for this to be 5 or more away, it would have to be 1 or 3. Of course, it couldn't be 2 in the same box, otherwise it would have been. And you end up with this classic pattern of German whisper lines where you oscillate between low digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, high digits, 6, 7, 8, 9, always around the 5 back and forth, never 5. Next we have killer cages. Digits in cages do not repeat and must sum to the small clue if given. And I'm a bit worried about the if given part. I can only see 2 cages where it is given. But quick reminder of what that means. Essentially, I have to have 3 cells that add up to 18, because that's the sum that's given. The digits cannot repeat. So if this cell, for example, is a 2, these 2 cells would have to be 7 and 9, so that in aggregate, these 3 cells add up to 18. I couldn't have done, forgetting the sum for a second, a 2 and a 2 in here, because that means that this is repeating in the cage. Now, here's the interesting bit and the unique variant of this series, Oil and Water. And controversially, I'm going to use a set of colors that may come across as confusing, but it's the only way I seem to be able to solve these series. Each cage is either full of oil, so that's even digits, I'm going to go with green, or it's full of water, odd digits. Water for me, of course, is naturally blue. But remember, in this case, this is meaning odd digits, this is meaning even digits. It can also be a mix of both. Now, when they are a mix, in all cases, each row within a cage must be of just one type, oil or water. So I could do water, or I could do oil. What I cannot do is have a mixture of both in the same row. Oil and water famously do not mix. Now, oil floats on water, so even digits will always be in rows above odd digits in mixed cages. So we've got a 5-cell cage here. Imagine if it is mixed. Well, what I cannot do is have oil at the bottom, water above it. That doesn't work. Oil will float to the top, it will be up here, and this must be water. And notice that the same row is always the same type, so it's either water or it's oil. That's the only way you can have a mixed cage. So that is all the rules we have for today. I mean, there's quite a few rules, but frankly, what doesn't feel like a lot of clues. So we're clearly going to be very focused on this variant today. Now, as always, link in the description down below for you to enjoy and give this one a go. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. So for this series, one thing I always do is I always check cages that are 5 cells or more. Reason that cages that are 5 cells or more are interesting is I know that I cannot put 5 even digits in a single cage without repeats. 2, 4, 6, and 8, which is all the digits we have available in Sudoku, means that I cannot complete 5 cells that are even. So at a minimum, every 5-cell cage, this one, this one, this one, that one, and that one, I'm going to just check that in a second, the bottom row has to be water, has to be odd. Yeah, that is all the 5-cell cages. 4-cell cages are less interesting. They could be indeed totally even. Have a think about those. And then the rest are 3-cell cages and 2-cell cages. Okay, that is way less helpful than I actually expected, if I'm honest. We've got like 2 in column 5. Is that helpful? And 2 in column... Yeah, so 2 in box 5. Let's have a look at that. With 2 odd digits, I cannot make this entire thing now odd, because that would be 4 odd digits plus 2 odd digits. That's 6 odd digits. So at an absolute minimum, this cell has to be even. And we've got 2. This would be 5. This would be 5. All of that is fine. In the column, I've got 2 and 4 cells. I can't make all of that even. Sorry, I can't make all of that odd. That would be, again, 6 odds. So at a minimum, this is even. I don't think I can make both of these odd. So if both of these are odd, same level as odd, all of this would have to be odd. And now I've got 7 odds in box 8 and only 2 even, so that doesn't work. So I have to have like a mix of things. I'm almost certainly not going to keep the flashers, by the way, because we still need to talk about the German Whisper, but it means that I have 3 odds now, and therefore I can't add another 3, so this is at least even. I also have 1, 2, 3 even, so I can't make all of this odd. Sorry, all of this even, because that would be 5 evens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this at a minimum would be odd. And then we repeat the cycle. We've got 3 odds. I can't have another 3 odds. So in fact, these now need to be even. Essentially, if I'd made all of this odd, that would have been 6 odds. So that means the next level down has to be even. Now I have 3 evens. I can't make all of this even. That would be 5 evens in this U shape. So this has to be odd. Excellent. And now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that has to be odd, or the other way around. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 evens. Right. And then we've got 1 of each in there as well. Okay. I am going to remove the flash. Let me just... Sorry, I'm just having a look around to see if there's any more. I mean, box 5 and column 5 were kind of useful. I've only got the 1 even, so all of this could be still even. I've got only 2 odds, so again, all of these could be odd. It's just getting less exciting now. German Whispers. Oh, just before we look at German Whispers, 18 cages. Right, 18 cages, I cannot make it all odd. That would be 3 odd digits. 3 odd digits will always sum to an odd digit. I cannot have it to be 3 odds. I have to have the top one as even. Again, oil floats to the top. But I can get away with odds at the bottom. So this could be either 2 odds or 2 evens, but the top has to be even. Still only 2 even, so that could still be evens. These could still be even. So I mean, like, it doesn't actually help me, but at least I've got 2 more colors on the grid, so to speak. Can I really not do any more at this point? I'm just going to double check all the 4 cell. So I mean, I think I've done all the 5 cell cages to the maximum. And what I think I should just, like I owe it to myself, is just a quick look of the 4 cell. Yeah, so no, nothing there. Yeah, can still be odd because we've only got 3. Can all be even. It's not a problem. Yeah. Okay. German Whisper time. So remember, German Whispers oscillate between high and low. I have no idea what these are, and this is where I think I'm really going to get in trouble. Every other cell is going to be the same polarity. So let's go with purple. And then in between them, every other cell is going to be orange. And now I end up with so many colors, I'm probably going to start to miss things. No, I'm not going to miss things. I mean, sorry. I will almost certainly miss things, but right now I'm just looking at what I've got highlighted. These 2 cells are the same polarity and they're both even. That means one of them is, let's imagine that purple was low. So one of them would have to be 2, the other one would have to be 4. Now, which of these 2 cells could be the 4? And I'm telling you, it can't be the one in the middle because it will be surrounded by double 9. Impossible. So, essentially, this cell is the 4, or the restricted German whisper line. So it'll be 4 or 6 because this would be 1 or 9. And in fact, because it is 1 or 9, that is odd. And therefore, this would be even to actually complete box 5 in terms of parity. So we've got 4 evens and then 5 odds. Excellent. And this would be 2, 8. Next to the 2, 8, I need an even digit, and it can't be the other 4, 6, the orange 4, 6. This would have to be 2, 8 for it to be next to it. 4, 6 would be too close. This would be 4, 6 to complete the evens. This would be 1, 9. This would be 1, 9 to be around it. Even in this cell means it's even in here, because remember, oil floats to the top. I can't have water above it, so that is even. I've done all the 1, 9s. So this is 3, 7. This is the orange 3, 7. And then these 2 are the purple 3, 7 and the 5. I mean, no surprise that the 5 was there. That was obvious because of the German whisper construction. With this H, it was always going to be one of these 2 cells. This can't be a 4, 6 because that would be 1, 9. That would be a repeat 1, 9 in the box. So this has to be a 2, 8 orange. That can't be a 4, 6 orange, because if it is a 4, 6 orange, I'd be repeating the 1, 9s again in the same box. So this has to be odd. Therefore, its partner has to be odd. Remember what we said at the start, that I had to have one of each in these 2 cells. Otherwise, if I made this odd, I would have far too many. So this is even. Same row is even. One of them is 4, 6, and one of them is 2, 8. Sudoku gives us this, but also does the 3, 7. That obviously can't be 4, 6 next to 3, 7. So that's the 4, 6. That's another 1, 9 next to it as a neighbor. And this is 2, 8. This is fabulous. It's going, let's say, better than I expected. 4, 6, 2, 8, 2, 8. This is obviously the remaining even digit of 4, 6, and it is purple. That is actually helpful because that tells me that this is odd. This is not 2, 8 even. This is not 4, 6 even in purple. So that has to be odd, which is blue. and it's not the 1, 9, and it's on the German whisper line, so it's not a 5, so this has to be 3, 7, which restricts this somewhat, but not enough. This is still even, and it's not purple. I've broken something. I've definitely broken something. What have I done? What? Yeah, I'm so sorry. This is orange 4/6. I don't know why I colored it purple, because I already have the purple. And this is purple 4/6, and fix found, thankfully. I was about to panic thinking that all my deductions seemed logical. It's just, yeah, you can see what I meant by this is going to get tough in terms of just having so many colors. So potentially once I've actually restricted these somewhat, or at least when I know what the polarities are, I will remove some of the colors so that I can actually see the wood through the trees, so to speak. So I am missing not the purple 3/7. I think I'm missing the orange 3/7. Yes. So this is orange 3/7 to complete the column. This can be odd. It could be 5 in essence, because I've got purple 1937, orange 1937. So if this is odd, this would have to be a 5. It couldn't be anything else. But actually, the 5, our first digit, only took us 11 minutes. I've got 4 odd digits looking at this cell. This can only be a 5. There's no other thing that it can be, which means same deduction. Now I've got all 5 digits looking at this cell. This has to be even, and therefore the row has to be even. And I've got purple in the cage, so this has to be orange. And this orange, yes, is placed. That's 4/6, therefore that's 2/8, and that's 4/6. And then that 4/6 has to be one of these two. This, I mean, it's not 5, but basically it could be 1, 9 or 3, 7. So I don't want to pencil mark these just yet. I'm going to try and avoid it if I can. I mean, I'm going to have to. Let's be fair. We're not going to solve this puzzle without hideous pencil marks. What am I missing? I'm missing an odd digit in here, isn't it? And it's orange 1, 9. This is purple, and I've got both purples, and it can't be a 5, of course. Purple is never a 5. So this is not odd, this is even. And therefore it is the 2/8 even, because I've got the purple 4/6 covered. It also means I've got 4 even digits now in box 2. So all of this is odd, which is huge, huge relative terms. Because an odd at the top row of a cage means the entire cage's row is odd. And look across now, 1, 2, 3, 4 odds means these two cells can't be odd. That would be 6 odds, so they're definitely even. And these are 3, 5, 7. We're back to these 3, 5, 7 mysteries that I can't quite place. And then down here, we've got another, 1, 3, 7, 9, and a 4, 6 in one of these two cells. I'm not sure I can place them. Okay. Okay, more kind of obvious things. 2 even cells can't have another 3. This is all odd. Doesn't necessarily make this one or the other. But it does give me 4 odds. Can't make these 2 cells odd anymore, otherwise it would be 6 odds. So these 2 are definitely even. And therefore row 6, I've already got 4 evens. These 2 are odd. essentially got one of each in here, because I've got 3 evens, 4 odds. So I've got one of each. Essentially, I've got an orange even, and this, no, it doesn't have to be this, does it? No, this could be even, and therefore that could be the even digit that's in there. So yeah, it has nothing to do with the cell unless it's odd, of course. Right. Ignore what I was about to say. It's incorrect. Where am I going with all of this? Well, I mean, I'm trying to avoid pencil marks that start to look a bit like this, because it's next to 3, 7, so it can't be anything other than 1, 2, or 8, 9, or 1, 9, or 2, 8. But you can see how ugly this will start to get. But I'm kind of out of ideas at this point. Yeah, this is not looking as good suddenly. I was kind of wondering, I mean, like, you know, it did take 11 minutes to be fair to get the first digit, so I was initially wondering whether this is a more approachable puzzle than I thought, and I'm rewinding that thought process for sure. Can this be 4, 6? I think the answer to that is no. So if this is 4, 6, I would have to surround it with 1, 9, which is a problem for a few reasons, actually. First off, I'd be repeating the same digit in the same cage, which is not allowed. Second is I'd have an odd digit above an even digit, which is also not allowed. So it's not 4, 6. Can I do the same trick with 3, 7? So it'll be surrounded by 1, 9, 2, 8. This would have to be the 1, 9. This would have to be the 2, 8. So, I mean, this can't be 4, 6, obviously, because it would require 1, 9, a double 1, 9 in the same box. But can this be 2, 8? So essentially would make all of this even, which is impossible. Right. Because if this is even, obviously the entire cage is even. I've got 2 oranges are even. It would make this cell purple, where it's not allowed to be. So this cell absolutely has to be odd. And then I've got 1 odd, 2, 3, 4. So one of these cells is odd, one of these is even. Not really helping myself here. This cell. Am I going to pencil mark all of these? Go on then. 1379, 1379. This cell. So we remove the 4, 6 option. Now if it's 3, 7, in essence the 3, 7 would be here, the 3, 7 would be there, and then the 3, 7 would have to be here, the purple 3, 7. It can't be 1, 9 for the exact same logic. So if this is 1, 9, it's a purple 1, 9, it's in none of these cells, and then it's suddenly in one of these 3 where it would conflict. So that's not 1, 9. So it's actually more restricted than you might think. It's 2, 8 or 3, 7. And both of them would make this even. We already talked about the fact that if this is 3, 7, this would be 1, 9, and this would be 2, 8, making these 2 cells even. If this is 2, 8, well, of course it's making these 2 cells even, because, you know, they're higher up. And I've dismissed 1, 9. Let me just double check again for very sensible reasons. Sudoku would say it's one of these even digits when it's odd. Right. So this is 2, 8, 3, 7. And therefore these 2 cells are even, and they're orange. And this is the 4, 6, 1. And this is the 2, 8, 1. That's 4 evens in row 3, which makes this odd, makes this odd. So that's not 2-8, that's 1-9. It's not brilliant because it's the most permissive option, so, you know, that could be anything. It does give me a 1-9 pair, so it makes these 3-5-7, but you know, it's just chaos if I go down this route, pencil marking like this. I mean, I'm already struggling to see things. This, so orange 2-8 is not in here. It's not inside the cage because that would be repeats. It's obviously not an odd digit. It's not this cell, it's one of these two cells. And then it would have to be one of these two cells down here. Essentially just Sudoku eliminates all of these. Sudoku eliminates this cell, so it's one of these two. Which is maybe interesting. I mean, a 2-8 down here would be fantastic because it would be, all of this would suddenly be even. And then this would be 4, so it would be 4-6, this would be 1-9, this would be 1, like, I mean, things will really move forward. And if this is 2-8, well, it makes all of this even. So 18 cage, if it's 3 cells and they're all even, it actually would have to be 4-6-8. 2 would not belong because 2 only works with 7 and 9. And then it would make all of this even. It would make 4-6-8. This would have to be low. So purple would have to be low if this is even, which is also not a bad win. So actually resolving this 2-8 gives me a ton. Gives me a ton of information. And, oh, here is something. Here is something. So the 2-8 I said could be down here. And if it is, all of this is even. Now, I would have 3 evens in the row, and it would make this 18 cage odd. Now, if I put the 2-8 in here, well, all of this would be even. I'd have 4 evens in the row, and would make these two cells odd. So this is odd no matter what. And if this is even, these two would be odd. This would be the 3 odds. If this is odd, I still need... It can't be odd. No, hang on. No, I think... Sorry, I meant to say it can't be even. I think the answer to that is no, it can be. Because where would I put my 2-8 and 4-6? Well, the 4-6 can be here, and the 2-8, whilst it can't be there, it can absolutely be here. Not brilliant. Don't know if you guys are spotting something that I'm not, and you're whizzing away already. So let's think about options again. So if the 2-8 is... I mean, we've got 3 odds. I mean, if this is odd, that would make 4 evens, and it would break. There you go. That is even, not odd. Let me show you. 2 odds in here makes 5 odds, makes all of these evens, and even at the bottom would make all of this even, and suddenly I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 evens in box 9. So long story short, this is even, this is odd, I've got 5 odds, so this has to be even, this is 2-8. And now I've got 3 evens, this has to be odd. Oh, fantastic construction, Blobz as always. That's the wrong color. And these are purple. And you can see I've got 2 purples, so this would have to be orange. And I've got 4-6 orange. Sorry, I'm getting distracted, but And this can't be 4, 6 because this is 2, 8. So this would be the 2, 8. This would be the 1, 9. No, not 1, 9, 4, 6, excuse me. Therefore, this would be the 2, 8. We'll unwind that later. Right. I only have one more odd now in here. So I can't make these two cells odd. They both have to be even. And they're purple evens because I've done the orange evens. This has to be odd. I don't know what these are. Them being even, of course, means that this is even. I'm struggling with colors, and it's not the 2, 8, it's the 4, 6, which is huge, because that means that is 1, 9, and that is another 1, 9. And these are 3, 7, 4, 6. We'll come back to that. This being odd, we talked about this, means that this has to be even. The 2, 8, remember, it's not in there, so this is 2, 8. The second one can't be there because of Sudoku, so the second one is in one of these two cells. And then Sudoku says, can only be down here. And then I need, I've broken something, haven't I? An orange 4, 6, I was thinking for a second it's one of these two cells, but it's here. But no, of course not, it's there. And that's that, and that's that, 3, 7. And then this is 2, 2, 8, 4, 6. And then I've got all 4 even, so these are odd. Right. This is very satisfying. 3 evens. I need one more even. It can only go in here at the very top, of course. And it's a purple even. This would have to be odd. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 odds. That could still be 4, 6. That could still be 2, 8. So I actually haven't resolved that one. Sorry, I'm not sure actually. 2, 8, 2, 8, 4, 6. That's got to be a purple 4, 6. Which we've got 2 purple evens. That would be odd. We don't know which odd it is. This can't be 4, 6. So essentially I've got the 2 8s done. So this has to be odd, which would make this the even digit. I think I've got all the odds now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the other even. And it's an orange even because of these two. I'm sorry, I kind of, admittedly, I've kind of sort of given up on this, and I probably should come back to it, and I should probably think about the 18 cages, but this was just easy spots that I may as well just use. 2 evens that are orange, this would have to be purple, and it's 2, 8, so this is 4, 6. Right, I think we know something now, or at least I think I do, about the polarity. Sorry, one more quick distraction. I need a 4th even, of course, in column 2 that can only be in this cell. And it's a orange 1 that is 4 or 6. And then I need a purple 2, 8, which is admittedly one of these two cells. I don't actually know how to place it. This is clearly, I've got all 4 evens. I don't know if I'm making it my mission, by the way, to color everything before I before I look at the 18 cages. It's just, it's working out that way. It's not deliberate. It's not. It's just I'm enjoying this, being able to make progress. Don't know. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. I don't know why I wouldn't be able to. Well, hang on, because I kind of still need to know some things about these cages. And I haven't really done anything about this cage. I've got 1919 and 37, so this is 357. 357. And it's the purple 37. It's just not enough. Right, 18 cages. So we have 36 between these 6 cells. Can either of these be 2? So if this is 2, remember, this would have to be 7 and 9. Then the next biggest digit would be 3 and 5, which is only 8, and this would be 10. Right. So we actually know polarity, because this is orange, isn't it? Yeah, because we've got the 2 purples, which we got from Sudoku and Sudoku. So yeah, so the colors are correct. And therefore, because I can't have 2 inside the 18 cage, this is the 2. I'm going to try. Yeah, it didn't work. I'm going to try again. Didn't work either. Yeah, select. So essentially, I'm trying to find if I can quickly highlight all the purple 19s, but the problem is it will either pick all the oranges or it will. Yeah, it's not going to work. These are all 1. These are all 2. Yeah, I'm just going to have to do this manually. Sorry about this. You can like skip ahead and sort of save yourself the pain of having to watch this. And hopefully I don't make any typos that just make my life very difficult to try and fix. Purple, low. High, 8. Hang on, how did I decide that? I don't know that. 6, 8, 7, 9. So I guess these 2 are 3, 5. Yep. Because I've got 1, 7, 9, and this is another 6, 8. Looks like a deadly pattern, but we'll use the cages, I hope, to fix this, unless I made a mistake. It's not 2, 4. In fact, it is 2, 4. What am I saying? It's just I thought we're still in the world of 2, 8, and we're not. We've moved on. And this can absolutely be still 2, and this can absolutely still be 3. So that's not the resolution I'm after. And I did say these were 3, 7, 5. They're still the case. Okay. Nice distraction, but 18 cages. So I said 18 times 2 is 36. I've got 14 of those, and I need 22 of these to get to 36, which is like it's all working because the 3 is missing. So it's 1, 9, which is 10, 5, 7, which is 12. So that is 22. So essentially one of these is 1, 9, and then the other one is 5, 7. Now 1, 9 can't go here, and I obviously can't put both of them in there. So this has to be the 1, 9, which would make this the 8. And then the 5, 7, yeah, that looks right. So that's the 5, 7, and therefore that's the 6, and that's 12 and 6 is 18. And then 10 and 8 is, yeah, so that's 6. And then that's not 5 or 1, 9, that's a 3. This is 5, 7. This is 3, and this is 1, 9. How did it not help me resolve? How am I not resolving these is kind of the question in my mind. Why am I not resolving these? Am I going to have to start decluttering a bit to see what's going on? So this is 1 or 3. I'm missing some obvious Sudoku. So I've got 7 for sure in here, which I think is helpful because, you know, I've got 1, 9, 3, 5, whereas 7 has got to be in these two cells, which gives me 5 and 7. If I can actually type 5 and 7, and that's not the 7, that's the 7. These now can't be 5 or 7, they're 1, 3, and 9. This is not 1 or 9, that's 3. Gives me 2, so that is even. And therefore that's 4, that's 4, that's 2. This would have to be odd now. I've got 3, 5, 7, 9. This is the other 7, 9, whatever that is. Orange. This is 1, 9 to complete the column. No clue about polarity. No, I've got all 4 evens, so this is also odd. And it's not 3, 7, nor 1. This is 5 or 9. 2 is in one of these, 2 is in one of these, kind of in a... Remember we talked about the 3, 5, 7, so they're in here, which gives me a 5, which gives me a 9, which gives me a 1, 9, 1. This looks like it unwinds. Yep, 7, 9, 5, 7. 7 gives me 9 over there. I'm not resolving these 3 5s. Doesn't feel like I made a mistake, so it is, because given how much progress we've made. Is this 2, 4? Yeah, it's both evens. So they are resolved. That 4 goes here, that is a 2, that is a 2. That's all the evens done. That is odd. And we just know what it is. It's a 1. And the 3 in here, that's what I missed, is a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. 5, 7, 5. This is... Sorry, 7. I'm just looking at this thinking 1, 9, 3, 7. How is it still 4 with only 3 spaces? That's because the 7 gave me 3 and 7. This is 1 or 9, but it's not 9. It's 1, 9, 1, 3. And if I've not made any mistakes, 7 for the finish. What a beauty. I mean, it's a masterpiece, Blobz. I haven't actually checked the rating of this puzzle. I mean, I just saw that there was another one in the series and I thought, we're committed, we're going to go for it. But really, really enjoyable puzzle. Tricky, like a really narrow path. So I'm kind of looking forward to how you guys got on with it in your comments tomorrow. Time allowing, I will aim to post another one, but more importantly, I'll focus on recording the Sunday morning one for now. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle and the video, and I'll see you back soon. Bye-bye for now.